Welcome, everybody, to the Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. We are at Base Camp 3 here at Soggy Lake in Johnson Valley. This is Day 6. Day 6 is presented by Total Chaos, one of our favorite aftermarket suspension companies in the world. I am Emme Hall, and again, I am here with Matthew Johnson. Matthew, you run Total Chaos on your truck, don't you?
I am. I do, and I have done, and I enjoy it. It's awesome. It's a cush ride. As fast as I want to go over the bumps. As much as coffee as I want to shake out of my cup, I can.
Well, we've got teams leaving the line today on their way to the big dunes of Glamis. Those are the Imperial sand dunes near the Mexican border. And, you know, we've been in Dumont. But Dumont is it's a little bit easier to navigate because the space is smaller.
Yeah.
Now we've got, like, I think it's 5 kilometers across and like 35 kilometers in length. So they have a lot more room to get lost today.
It is hard to understate how big the Imperial sand dunes are. They're massive.
Yeah.
And Glamis, where we go. And you get in there, and if you get stuck, you can get spun around. Tell us, Emme, a little bit about the different navigation challenge that teams will have being in the dunes without being able to use the horizon to navigate with.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of things to actually navigate off of. Experienced Rebels who have been there before, they might have a dune, which we always call it the star dune. Might be different for everybody else, but it'll be a dune out there that is really, really tall that they can see from a lot of different places. So some teams might take a heading off of that in the beginning of the day and use that as a reference point. There's also the tower at Osborne Lookout that you can get to sometimes, and you can see it from some places out there. And there is a tower by the Glamis beach store. However, that's never marked on the map, and it's not exactly at the beach store. So you can kind of use it as like a visual reference, but in terms of like taking a direct heading off of it, it's not going to be as accurate as trying to find a star dune or using the Osborne Outlook.
Now, do you find some teams that are really good at navigating in a more flat environment with those better, more references? You find some teams excel in the sand and some don't do as well. Like some really get spun out there.
Yeah, you can, because you can't drive in a straight line in the dunes.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. Maybe you could do it in a side-by-side if you were really stupid, but you can't do it in a stock vehicle. So there's always a winding around. And so not only does that change your heading, but it also changes your total kilometers. So you might have gone on the map, you might have gone 5 kilometers, but maybe your truck has actually gone 5.5 kilometers,
yeah, okay.
right? So you have to make sure that you add that on, and it's always kind of an estimation. And you think, oh, I don't know, maybe. It's
Navigator says go that way, and you're like, well, I gotta kind of go backwards to even get halfway pointed that way.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, we've got your standings. Yesterday we were able to give you the results from Day 5, but now we have our overall standings of the 2024 Rebelle Rally. And it looks like we've got the point spread here in the top 3, actually like the top 4, it's all kind of the same. And you guys, it looks like, 25 points, 20 points. That's still close enough. I mean, anything can happen in the dunes. I can't emphasize enough how anything can happen in the dunes.
I totally agree. And we're looking at maybe as deep as 8, 9, 10. We're 10 cars deep that are all good in the sand there.
Yes.
And then at the top, the difference of 25 points between Shelby and Nina, that 25 points is what, a green and a black?
Yeah. If someone gets stuck and they miss a green, then I mean they're going to lose a place.
Yeah. So I mean everything is still all to play for out here. 2 big days ahead. When we get Emily on, we're going to talk about the day's difficulty. And I just saw the blue difficulty board and it said 5.
Oh, good.
That's the top of the scale. We've had some difficult days in various guises, but today's the hardest.
And look at our manufacturers in the top 3. We've got Jeep, Ford, and Toyota, and that Toyota is equipped with Total Chaos as well. The other 2 are both bone stock.
In fact, Total Chaos prepared that vehicle.
Yes, that is a Total Chaos
vehicle.
vehicle.
It's a Total Chaos vehicle.
Right. So I'm kind of stoked to see how 152 does out there, because I think they're going to be able to carry a little bit more speed through some of the rougher stuff, and we'll see if that gives them an advantage.
Hey, and speaking of Toyota, look at Rasa and Leeway. 350,000 miles on their Toyota Tacoma. Outlive in reality here.
Absolutely. All right, we had a little bit of a shakeup in X-Cross yesterday. Melissa Clark was doing really well, and then she put it's not all. Of course, it's not always just on one person. It is a team. So I want to say that Melissa and Catherine put a hole in their oil pan. And listen, I've done it. I have done it. I put a hole in my transfer case out here. So like I get it, but. They missed a lot of checkpoints yesterday. It dropped them down to third, which is allowing Rebecca Donaghy and Cindy Lee Wade to claw their way up until second. But it's still pretty close in the points there between second and third.
It sure is. This is going to be an interesting battle, and we know Melissa and Catherine are not only really comfortable but really good in the dunes, and that Ford Bronco Sport's really good in the dunes as well. Yeah,
but Cindy Lee is a Dakar navigator.
Ooh.
And that they spend a lot of time in the dunes. So
this is a good point.
Exactly, right? And Rebecca has really upped her driving game. Every year she gets better at driving. She really, really likes the dunes. So I'm not counting them out to scrap along. I don't think they can catch Carrie and Andrea. They're over 100 points. That's not going to happen unless 204 has catastrophic failure like right now, which I highly doubt is going to happen.
Right.
But it's going to be great to watch who is going to scramble and scrape up for that second place.
You know, I could speak really quickly about the oil pan.
Okay,
so
good.
These days we've got lots of turbochargers, lots of other heat-generating, power-adding features on engines. But as such, we got to get them cool. And so oil pans, in most manufacturers, oil pans are made of some alloy that sheds heat really well these days. And when you get into some of those alloys, they get a bit brittle. And that oil pan was aluminum or some sort of aluminum.
Yeah, it was aluminum,
and so the way it broke, you know, the 80s cars, they've just got a big old chunk of old mild steel as an oil pan, and you can kind of bash that thing around a bunch before it's going to crack or leak anything.
Well, I was talking to Nick this morning. Nick is our head mechanic, and they sourced that oil pan from Arizona because it was a special thing for the 2025 Bronco Sport, and they got it all in. Once they got the part, they had it installed in a half an hour and running within an hour.
I'm sure everybody was happy about that so they could all go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've got teams leaving the line today, and, you know, if we're talking about the line, we've got Katie Kunkel out there. I believe she's talking to 110, which is actually one of my favorite teams.
Yes, I'm here with 110, and my things are blowing away. Thanks, ladies. See, everybody helps. Everyone helps out. Everyone on the Rebelle Rally, and I am so excited for today. You can see the wind is still blowing, and we are heading down to Glamis, presented by Total Chaos, and we have tons of vehicles on the line this morning with Total Chaos that we're going to visit. But first, we're here with Team 110, who are feeling really confident this morning. Talk to me.
I don't know if confidence is the word we would use, but we feel like there is definitely going to be an uptick from where we were the last 2 days. We've historically performed well at the dunes, so we hope to repeat that.
Serena's being humble. She's a great sand driver, so we're looking forward to it.
So what's your technique for the sand?
When in doubt, throttle it out and know your line.
Fantastic. Well, you have a wonderful day out there, and it's always great chatting to you guys. No, I think this is it's Nina and Terrelyn. And Emily. Are you having a personal Emily? No. Oh, look, we've got some handshaking. Emily is really incredible about always talking to every single team member on the line at some point. You two are hilarious. Let's talk about, first of all, 2 days ago when you tried to get information out of me and I caught you red-handed.
I would never.
Stop it.
Deny.
And also, I saw you yesterday trying desperately to get up to the scoreboard. Some people don't look at the scoreboard, some people do. What's your strategy around that?
I don't know if there is a strategy.
You're just excited to see where you're at?
I just have to know. I have to know.
Okay, so it's Total Chaos time. What's your strategy for the dunes, Nina? You're a very, very competent driver. You've done the Rebelle more times than I can remember. What's your strategy going into this? Because I know you guys are on the top.
It's strictly business, so like what I say is like I'm going to drive like Barlow today, not Nina. Don't drive like Nina. Drive like Barlow. Barlow is like, yes, we're official responsible business, and driving like Nina is hair on fire and having fun. Yeah, no, it's all business. Yeah.
So Nina owns an off-roading company, and she's not going to be Barlow today, which is a responsible Nina. Oh.
I'm not going to be Nina today. I'm not going to be Nina today. Don't drive like Nina. Nina has a lot of fun out there. Barlow is all business.
I can tell you, Matthew and I are heading down to Glamis, and we're going to see Nina driving when we get there. I can just tell. Okay, Matthew and Emme, I'm going to throw it back to you and find some of our Total Chaos vehicles.
Thank you so much, Katie. You know, talking about Nina driving like Nina and driving like Barlow, it is interesting because I think that a lot of people, a lot of drivers out here who are out a lot and you know, Nina's got her company where she does have to be that professional person.
Yeah.
And that's a different kind of driving when you're leading a group of people than when you're just out having fun. And it's great that she has separated those two driving personalities.
You're telling me. I mean, that's what I do a lot for my job.
Exactly.
It's not just me ripping around racetracks or ripping around. It's me with 5 or 6 people behind me that I'm responsible for taking care of, educating and making sure. Yeah, so anyway, I get it. I see why she's going to try to empower the Barlow. We hope there's a little bit of hair on fire, though, here.
I mean, I hope so, because sometimes when you get the Nina driving, it's pretty spectacular, some of the lines that she tries, and you're like, get out of town. And then she does them, and it's so cool. I do believe that we have something, you know, we love our roving reporter, Nicole Dreon. She's out there. She's really good at getting just really into minute, intimate details from some of our competitors. And I know that she's been working hard for the past couple of days. So let's see what Nicole has got for us.
I want to talk about Team 160, Laura and Shawnee, a mother and daughter team from the Navajo Nation. I was really curious when I talked to them about learning about the values of the Navajo Nation and what attracted them to the Rebelle. Shawnee told me that her great-great-grandfather was a medicine man, and that growing up, her grandfather used to tell her that everything had a spirit and a reason for being here. That rock, that bush, that mountain. For them, being on the Rebelle, going through these amazing landscapes, is like going to church. Every checkpoint they reach has been a spiritual and healing experience.
That is really cool. I mean, I knew that we had some Navajo Nation people here, but I guess I didn't put the two together that this might be like more of a spiritual thing within that vehicle.
Yeah, that's really cool. Just integrating with the land and like having a deeper relationship with it instead of just, I don't know, driving by.
Yeah, well, but honestly, like that's how we all want to have a relationship with our land, and then that way we can all make sure that we're treading lightly and treating the land the way we should. But I believe we have Katie on the line with one of our Total Chaos teams, Team 170, I believe. So, Katie, tell us all that Total Chaos goodness.
And it's exactly that, Emme, Total Chaos. I can see the actual Total Chaos team behind us. Sorry, Kramer. Changing a tyre over there. They are helping another team before they head off on the start. So talk about Total Chaos, but it is also about helping each other out. Now I'm here with Team 148, Lizzie and Avis. We talked to them a few days ago about how this year they wanted to know more about their vehicle and they wanted to understand how it really worked under the hood. And you've got Total Chaos. Tell me why you made that decision.
Well, to start with, our lower control arms, the factory ones, the ball joint was going bad, so we knew we needed new ones, and so it made sense to upgrade them. And this is Avis's vehicle, but I've run Total Chaos in 2 of my vehicles, just the upper control arms, and they're so smooth when you're going through terrain. The quality is amazing, so she was on the same plan and was like, all right, well, let's do it. So she ordered them.
And it's so amazing that you did it yourself.
Yeah, we installed them ourselves. We got the lowers and then they sponsored us on the upper control arm. So we installed both lower and upper. It was a challenge. I mean, we put everything together. All the uppers and lowers comes in all the pieces and you install it and we greased them. So we know it well, and it's amazing the difference. This truck is just riding through whoops and everything. It's a
great time down in the Matthew and I are heading down there, so we'll see you down there. I also have Total Chaos upper control arms on my 4Runner. I didn't install them myself, but I'd like to learn. So that's a shout out to Total Chaos, and I am always so excited to go see our naughty cousins down in the dunes. Back to you, Emme and Matthew.
Thank you so much, Katie. Well, I am here with today. You're going to get a German title with the Herr Kommandant Emily Miller of the Rebelle Rally. Tomorrow might be Polish. I don't know. Anyway, we are going to go through today's drive. We're going to have our day 6 overview. And that says that the difficulty rating is a 5. Is that our highest?
It is a 5. It is the highest.
Yeah, buddy.
Although I think most people would say yesterday was a 5.
Well, if they think yesterday was a 5, girl, today, because they are going into some big, big dunes.
Yes, but they have choices. Yesterday they didn't have so many choices. So, yeah, today is a very challenging day. It's really kind of what the Rebelle to a lot of people is known for. We're going to be out in the largest dunes in North America, which is the Imperial Dunes, also known as Glamis. The way they're going to start the day is they are taking off the start line and they are doing a long transit to the start, basically the northwest corner of the dunes. Right here they've taken off. They're heading down Highway 247, which takes you to Yucca Valley, which is where you live.
That's where I live.
And now they're dropping down a beautiful canyon to Palm Springs. There's Mount San Jacinto in the background. They're heading toward the Salton Sea through Coachella and the Indio area. For the first time, they're going to be going around the Salton Sea on the west side. They're actually going to be pointed, like their trajectory right now is kind of toward Borrego Springs and Ocotillo Wells.
Always go on the east side.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the west side.
This is the fastest way. They have 3.5 hours to get there, so we've given them plenty of time. Right here, they're going to pull into Brawley. They are going to fuel at the pilot station. Now they're going to hit this location right here, which is their first green checkpoint of the day, and technically where they start the dune section from. So we're going to go right into the dunes, right at the corner, northwest. That's the northwest corner at Highway 78 and Gecko Road. We're watching the X route. They go right off the line, CP1 to CP2X, 3 CP3X, 4X. And 4X is the memorial. We are not going to the swing set. Too many people have spent their time just figuring out how to get to the swing set.
Yeah.
Going to the memorial. It's difficult and challenging.
Yeah.
So they've hit the green CP. Now they are turning south. They're going down these beautiful kind of long, I would almost call them like fins of dunes with valleys in between. Now they are going to cross the Coachella Canal out in the open area. This is where they're going to dead reckon navigate. Through it can be really challenging, but it's flat. They don't have to worry about sand. Now they are going to go ahead and make the turn back to the dunes. They're going to come up the rise, that kind of big roller rise of the dunes. They're going to hit. They're going down to a new icon, which is the new disco ball that's down in the dunes.
I'm so excited
I had to
that.
take them there and to the green checkpoint. And now in this area right here, they have all out of order CPs. So this is not necessarily the route that they're going to take, but they have a number of things to choose from. And they are also headed over to the east side, 3 out of order checkpoints. The reason why, Emme, is it looks like they should go in a methodical, chronological order. But when you get out there, you cannot just do a kept heading and drive to it. You might find, I can't get there, so you can opt out, hit another checkpoint, and then maybe find a better way in.
Right.
So it gives the teams a lot of options. Once they hit the finish, it's at a green checkpoint. They get their CP guide for tomorrow, the final stage of the Rebelle. Then they head down to another wash, and they camp. And they're going to have an incredible full moon rise right in front of them over the border of Arizona, and it is going to be a beautiful night for them.
I'm so jealous.
Well, you can come join us. I'm headed down there right now.
Now I gotta be here for the live shows, but it looks like it's going to be a great day. And we wanted to talk just a tiny little bit too about Tread Lightly, because we're out here on this lake bed that is wet, and we just want to make sure that we talk about some principles and how we can keep our lands for us.
Yeah, don't drive on it.
Yeah,
if you
don't
see a
drive.
wet lake bed, really, before you just blaze into something, because sometimes you can't tell it's wet.
Right.
You're going to leave tracks, and when those tracks dry, they are there for a long time. Please, please. And if you're coming out tomorrow, we have a Tread Lightly cleanup over across Soggy Lake on Saturday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. We're going to be posting that. You can sign up. There's been a lot of trash and pop-up tents remain. Please come help us. Do not drive on the wet lake bed. There will be a public awards podium right after our Tread Lightly cleanup on Saturday. You can do coffee and cars. You can come out and see the cars from 9 to 10, and then the public awards podium, not all the awards, but just the podium for X-Cross and 4x4 and Bone Stock will happen right here at the finish line, and you can come down, meet the teams, and I hope everyone will do it, but tread lightly in the process.
That is awesome. I'm so excited. That's a little bit different than how we've done our podiums in the past. So it's going to be great to kind of get the public here and get some people down to see what the Rebelle Rally is about. But for right now, I've got Katie with Team 200 who had a little bit of problems yesterday. Katie, why don't you give us this full story?
You know what? I think today we just say the full story is in the past because these two are back in the vehicle. I saw them getting towed in. I'll walk with you. When we were in the mechanics bay last night, Melissa was saying, go the F to bed. And we had that whole conversation. You've got to get sleep. So you got some sleep?
Got some sleep. 3-4 hours. I'm ready.
The aunties are ready to go. Melissa said it's all that clubbing with her nieces and nephews that lets her run on little sleep. How are you feeling this morning, babe?
We're ready to go. Listen, that was a tough day yesterday, but we're going to do everything on our power to get everything we got. We're not giving up. We're going all the way.
Oh, I can feel the energy steaming out of this vehicle. It's all on for the X-Crosses.
Say one more thing. Thank you, everybody, and you know who you are. It was amazing. We'd have never got together last night if it hadn't been for Brian and some of the people at Ford, Darren, the whole crew there with Nick. It was absolutely stunning what was able to get accomplished last night with a broken oil pan. So thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, good luck, ladies, and what a great attitude. These two are back in it. The X-Cross class is heating up. Morning, Emily. Hi. I'm going to let you go because you're so close to the start line. But good luck out there. We'll see you in Glamis. I'm about to drop everything, but that's okay. Good morning, Toby. You're looking excited. As excited as I am.
Yes.
You ready for dunes? What's your strategy?
Just try to get as many points as we can. We know there's more than we can get, so just kind of pick and choose, see how it goes.
All right, well, we're heading down there, so we're going to race out right after you, and we'll see you down in the dunes. Okay, back to Emme and Matthew.
Thank you so much, Katie. Well, we've got cars that are going off the line onto their 3.5-hour transit down to Glamis, and I tell you, starting the day with a little bit of pavement is going to be super relaxing, but then they immediately go right into, like, the big dunes, so there's no warm-up.
Yeah,
pavement dunes, that's it.
Straight into difficulty 5.
Exactly.
Max attack.
All right, hang out with us for just a second. We're going to roll a commercial. We'll be right back here at Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota.
The Rebelle Rally is the longest competitive off-road navigation rally in the U.S. It is remote, unique, and extremely challenging. When we launched the Rebelle, we needed a robust, multi-function tracking system to serve as the backbone for course and safety operations. Unique to the Rebelle, it also has to interface directly with our real-time scoring system. The tracker must be reliable, durable, and never fail, combined with superior customer support. We chose Iridium-based YB tracking. It's the best product and the most experienced people. YB tracking has been a critical component of our safety and success since day one.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. It's a windy, blustery day here. Last night, so we get to sleep in the Fancy Pants Stout tents while here at Base Camp 3. And last night, the thing was just like, whap, 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 whap. And Katie and I was like, what happens if this tent falls down? I don't know. And Katie's like, I don't know, just go to sleep.
Just go to sleep. I've seen competitors before in tents that were just collapsed on top of them, just like a lump laying there with the tent just kind of beating them in the wind. It's
being here on soggy dry lake, which of course is not super dry here. 1 year, our very first year, we had our last base camp, one of our base camps here, but it was on the other side, right on the south side of the lake. And I was running my 2015 Colorado. It was my dad's 2015 Colorado that has total chaos, upper control arms, and the shocks and the lift and all that stuff. And we were coming through this silt here, and we were late for base camp. And through this silt is super rough and bumpy and whooped out. I don't know how much time we had, but it wasn't a lot. And I came ripping through that stuff. And this was before we had speed limits, right? It was the first year.
Mm-hmm.
So I came ripping through that stuff as fast as that truck would go. And there is no way that I would have made that checkpoint if I didn't have the total chaos stuff on there, because I was able to get through that stuff so much quicker and so much smoother, and I stayed in control of the vehicle while still being able to put on a little bit more speed.
I got lots more to talk about total chaos, but I think Katie has someone to interview for us. So Katie, what you got?
Thanks, guys. So talking about those whoops, guys, Team 156, Rasa was just telling me that yesterday she wouldn't have been able to do the whoops without the TCs. And Renee and Karen are here saying, Nicole, we're feeling the stoke. And what happened yesterday with you guys? Like we were just talking about, you were able to do some backflips because
of the total chaos suspension. We were able to stay right on the bumper of the Raptor through the fast, rough stuff. And that was, thank God for the total chaos setup, because otherwise, no way.
No way this baby goat would have been able to hang.
Totally feeling the stoke. This is fantastic. Okay, ladies, have a great drive down there and we'll see you in the dunes. Hey, Emme and Matthew, back to you. All of these cars with the total chaos have had great times in the whoops. Woo!
I mean, it does make driving in the whoops more fun, because when you're in a stock vehicle, I mean, it doesn't matter how great that stock vehicle is. Total chaos is just going to make it that much better.
Yeah, for sure. And one of my favorite things when I go to the shop there, the welding and the manufacturing is done in-house.
Yeah.
They don't ship stuff to wherever country to get it welded. It's American made, and you can sit there and see the welds, the quality of the machinery used to make the welds. And the same people who are doing the welds go out and try to break the stuff.
Oh, and they try real hard.
This would be one of the coolest companies to work for, because they spend so much time out testing and hanging out in the desert.
No, they do. And they also, they take a break for the summer. Like Nicole is very cognizant of a work-life balance, which is awesome. It's just such a great family. And I'm able to go to their shop every once in a while and just kind of hang out. And I love hanging out with those guys. They're so cool. And they are going to be out there in Glamis today. There are going to be some media drivers out there. So we will get a lot of footage of those Total Chaos trucks getting it done. I mean, they'll bring like their giant full-size Tundra out there and rip it like it's a side-by-side. It's incredible. It's incredible. And Nicole is such a great dunes driver. And she sometimes will help with training, and she really pushes the trainees to just go for it. Just like, I don't know what's going to happen. Why don't you go for it,
Yeah, why don't you learn it maybe the hard way? We're here to pull you out.
Yeah, she'll reach over and actually put her foot over yours on the accelerator pedal. So she's kind of like you, Matthew.
I was going to say, have I done that to you?
No, not yet.
I do that to people.
Not yet, but I have a feeling that one day you probably will.
If I can't get them to put their foot down, like, we're going to get this done here. We got to push on the gas harder.
So the Total Chaos website is chaosfab.com. They've got a lot of different products across the line for Toyotas, mostly Toyotas, but as well for Fords, Nissans, and Chevrolets, and then a lot of great features about their vehicles and what they're just kind of doing out in the world. So please go check that out. So Ms. Katie is still on the line here. We have got a lot of cars still lined up and a few cars still in impound. It looks like the Mama Hohen and Mama Saxton had a flat tire this morning. You can always have a slow leak that you don't notice when you park your car, but you get up in the morning and you don't have anything. So they are busy changing that tire. We have got Team 205 is making their way to the line. So it looks like we've probably got another, 30 minutes of cars going off the line. They left the line today at 6:30, a little bit earlier. But let's see. Katie, do you have anything for us down there yet? Looks like she does.
I did.
I'm so sorry.
I just met a woman who flies sport kites. Like in the wind, that is so interesting to me, but she's gone. And then the team behind them is a drag boat racer, but she's gone. And now we're going to go down here and talk to one of our teams in the Pirelli Scorpion Challenge. Oh, the Long Beach. These girls are the roller derby girls, Buster and Squirrel.
Good morning.
Good morning, Buster. What's Chrissy talking to you about?
About stuff that might not have been in the briefing this morning.
Oh, okay. So I'll walk with you if you want to drive forward.
Sure, we're gonna drive.
So Chrissy's going. No, we're not going anywhere. If Chrissy Beavis is holding us, we're allowed to just stand here and chill. So do you know what's going on?
No, because I'm talking to you.
And I've still got your branded cookies in my fridge, and we need to talk more about roller derbies.
Yeah.
So you still do it?
No, I don't currently play, but Squirrel does play. I played for about 10 years.
Keep moving.
Okay then. Yeah, Squirrel, do you want to talk about roller derby?
No, not right now.
Squirrel has no interest in talking about roller derby at 7 a.m. the day of the dunes. What's your strategy for Glamis, Buster?
We're going to kill it because I like driving in the dunes.
There you go. Roller derby. Buster likes driving in the dunes. All right, we'll see you down there.
Right, thanks.
Oh, Chrissy Beavis. Let's go talk to Jody. Jody, I'm putting you on the spot. I did that yesterday and almost got in all sorts of trouble. So I apologise in advance. How are you? I saw you arrive yesterday, go down the road that we went down, but you arrived, which means you didn't get stuck like a lot of people. You come down here and you help out with the VIPs.
I do.
But talk to me a little bit about your whole role with the Rebelle.
So I went to the original Rebelle training, which now they have Rebelle U. Then it was just, I think, 10 of us. And I was 60 years old. 60 years old when I started off-roading. And that first year I was hooked, totally hooked. So I come every year as staff, and sometimes I do the whole rally and drive VIPs around.
And you always know you on Facebook because you always do a blue heart.
A blue heart, 3 blue hearts. That's
three blue hearts.
And I've noticed that other people are doing 3 blue hearts.
You started a trend. Look at you.
But yeah, and so this is so inspirational. And like this year we have several older teams.
We do. The Bags, who are named the Badass Grandmas. And I just talked to Renee.
Yes.
And so they're all crushing it. Now I have to jump over here and see what our captain's up to.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Jody. Always good to chat.
You too.
Okay, now we're going to squirrel over here. Oh, now Emily everyone's just getting in my face today. Back to you, Emmy and Matthew.
We'll take it back, Katie. I see you struggling there to get lined up with somebody. You got Emily and Chrissy out there just usurping your attempts. You know, as I'm sitting here, it's present to me. Obviously, we're presented by Toyota, and there's 19 Toyotas in the event this year. But it's present to me that there's a lot of manufacturers. We have 10 different manufacturers with vehicles that are working with us in the event. We've got a Land Rover sitting here, Toyota, Jeep, Ford. It just goes Ineos. It just BMW. It just goes right down the line. Kia back there. It's cool to have so many different manufacturer vehicles here.
It is. You know who I want to see here, though?
Who?
I want to see Mazda with the CX-50. Which is their idea of an off-road vehicle.
I've been noticing that rowdy little it's like a small SUV, but I was like, this thing looks kind of punky.
Yeah,
It looks kind of cool.
I have an engineer friend who works for Mazda, and we took it out on a super secret run one time out in Moab, and it's not a rock crawler, but it did pretty good. So Mazda, if you're out there listening, A, sponsor me, and B, bring that CX-50 out here. Let's see how it does.
Thank you for the shout out to the live crew and the rest of the live crew that's making this thing happen behind the scenes so that we can sit here and bring you the audio bits.
Absolutely. I believe we've got another nugget from Ms. Dreon. Is that true? Let's see what we've got from Dreon. She's always so good at this.
I want to tell you about Team 159, Allison and Kristen. I was just out at their car this morning, and they were so excited because they could see their homes on the maps they had today. They live in Joshua Tree and the Johnson Valley. Allison actually lives on a 4th-generation homesteader cabin. It was built by her great-great-grandfather. She says, she barely has running water and electricity. Kristen also lives on a 5-acre ranch out here where she homeschools her young children.
So Team 159 and I, since we're like neighbors, we have been trying so hard to find a time to go out and wheel together, and it never happens. I'm like, oh, I'm traveling this weekend. Oh, we're doing this weekend. Oh, da. So like, I love this, the fact that we live 10 miles apart from each other, and I only see them at the Rebelle.
Well, you get a good, nice, long view of them here for a week and a half.
I know. And so I love them. They are absolutely delightful. But Katie is down with one of our 4 teams. Katie.
Thanks, guys. So this morning, a number of teams have woken up with flat tyres. We just saw Mama Hoa in chat. Look out, don't trip over there, Karima. Good one. Mama Hoa was getting help from a team. I saw Becky Brophy helping her. And now I'm talking here to Carissa, who secretly changed her tyre because she didn't want to stress out her navigator, and a bunch of other teams helped her out. Aren't you an awesome teammate? So tell me what happened.
Yeah, I just came out this morning, and our front tire was completely flat down to the rim. So I just started changing it, and then my neighbor, I don't know their team name, but Angela helped me get the spare off the back, helped me jack it up, and
Go. Sorry, I'm holding people up. Emily's telling me to. I'm just causing all sorts of chaos here on the start line, but that seems to be quite okay today. And Chrissy's talking to them. Okay, these guys never talk to me. Can we talk today?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. How are you doing? Are you ready for the dunes?
Yeah, we are. I mean, hope we are.
Actually, I'm not sure if I am. I will see it when I'm there.
How it goes.
Absolutely. Well, you have a great day, and we'll see you when you get down there.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. I love that comment. We'll know when we see it. I can tell you when I first got to Glamis, it was a whiteout, so I thought it was really fun and had no idea. And the next day I woke up and realised what the hell I'd been dealing with. Back to you, Emme and Matthew, on this great total chaos. Let's get down to the Dunes Day.
As you can tell, it's a bit chaotic here this morning, and the wind pulsing by and covering us in dust. And actually, Katie and I are about to jump in the car and rush down to Glamis.
Yes, and I heard that you guys might have some wind today and maybe tomorrow, so we'll see what visibility is going to be like out there. Again, that makes everything more difficult. You can't see anything. You can't navigate to anything. You've got to just kind of trust your instincts and hope that, you don't drive over a cliff.
Yeah, with all this wind here, I think it's probably going to dry out the Soggy Lake for us unless more weather comes. So, yeah, I mean, we're at the final base camp here, but there's a lot of action to come today and tomorrow. Again, difficulty 5 today.
5, yep, there sure is.
Maximum.
Now, as you can see, we've got some of from this this drone shot here. We do have some of our water receding, and you see those marks there. I just want to say that those are marks that were previously made when that lake bed was wet and covered in water. Even when it's covered in water, your tracks stay until that dries, and then until the wind comes back and smooths it all out again. So that's why we don't want to drive on a wet lake bed, because you will mess it up for everybody. So please.
It's another one of those things that folks in the East Coast don't know so well.
Right.
But when you put tracks out into a soggy lake, they stay. They might be there a couple years. And then that nice, flat, dry lake bed is not flat. And
exactly.
People that are driving smoothly across it crash into ruts, and it's just not cool.
It is not cool. Well, we have had a really good show this morning, but we want to talk a little bit about our Rebelle giveaway because we have like $5,000 worth of stuff that you can win at rebellerally.com/giveaway. And one of the swag bags that we haven't talked about is Cafe Moto.
Mm-hmm.
They've got some stuff, and I'm not a coffee drinker, But you, Matthew, you have coffee every day.
I do.
And for this, you can get 1 pound coffee bag, 2 Cafe Moto hats, and a stainless steel water bottle. And what's really cool about Cafe Moto is their packaging. It comes in like what looks like an oil.
Yeah,
like
gallon.
an gallon of oil.
Yeah.
They're really cool. I believe they're out of San Diego. And they've been with us for so long. I love them.
I was going to say, Chrissy and I were walking down there and getting coffee from them before they were involved with the Rebelle.
Oh, really?
We lived like a 3-minute walk down the block in Barrio Logan in San Diego from where they are. And it's been cool to see their establishment grow and get nicer. And before they didn't serve just folks off the street. Now they've got a nice little cafe that you can walk in and get very customized coffees.
Well, just because we have got a marathon stage tonight out in Glamis does not mean that we are not going to bring you a show. The last time we did not. This time we are. 5:30 tonight. We're going to have a lot of great footage from the dunes. Matthew and Katie are going to be going down there. I'm going to be staying here to be the anchor here.
I wonder what co-host you're going to land.
What?
I wonder what co-host you're going to land for
I don't
tonight.
know. I might be by myself. I might just grab a co-host from somewhere. I have no idea what's going to happen. Again, that show will be at 5:30 right here. You can watch it on Facebook is the easiest way. Again, I'm Emme Hall for Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. And with me, as always, is
Matthew Johnson. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. We have lots more to bring you today.
At Baja Designs, we have lights for all on- and off-road enthusiasts. For 30 years, we have been lighting up the night. We are Baja Designs, the scientists of lighting.
Since 1913, we've been all in on providing unbeatable engine protection so Alex can go all out in the toughest conditions. Pennzoil, long may we drive.
Good morning, commuters. Looks like we got traffic backed up for miles. Starting with a downed tree blocking East Avenue and a broken water main causing a bottleneck on the westbound lanes. We've got weekend travelers flooding the turnpike, meaning it's bumper-to-bumper traffic for the foreseeable future. I'd get comfortable. You might be there for a while.
Toyota trucks. Let's go places.